Welcome, everyone. Today we dive deep into the intriguing, complex, and often provocative philosophy of Slavoj Žižek, a contemporary thinker renowned not only for his distinctive approach to psychoanalysis, politics, and culture, but also for his ability to intertwine pop culture with dense philosophical theory. Zizek, born in Ljubljana, Slovenia, in 1949, has become one of the most prominent philosophers of our era, known as much for his eccentric public persona as for his profound intellectual contributions. Zizek's philosophical journey is deeply rooted in the Hegelian, dialectic, and Lacanian psychoanalysis. To truly understand Zizek, we must first briefly explore these foundational influences. Hegel, the German idealist philosopher, introduced the dialectic method, a way of understanding reality through a triadic movement: thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. Zizek takes this method and reframes it through the lens of Jacques Lacan, the French psychoanalyst who radically reinterpreted Freud's work. Lacan emphasized the significance of language, symbols, and desire in shaping human subjectivity. Zizek merges Hegel's dialectical process with Lacanian psychoanalysis, positioning desire, ideology, and fantasy as central components of our socio-political reality. One of Zizek's most impactful ideas is his reinterpretation of ideology. Traditionally, ideology was seen as a simple, false consciousness, something imposed externally that masks the true state of reality. Zizek turns this concept on its head, famously stating, "They know very well what they are doing, but still, they are doing it." For Zizek, ideology isn't a mask that hides reality. Rather, it's embedded in reality itself. It structures our very perception of the world. Ideology operates most effectively precisely when we are aware of its existence, yet continue to act as if we aren't. Consider consumerism. Zizek notes that today, we frequently acknowledge the problematic nature of excessive consumption, its negative impact on the environment and social inequality. Yet, we persist in buying products that contribute to these problems. We live our contradictions knowingly, embracing them rather than seeking genuine alternatives. Herein lies Zizek's powerful insight. Ideology survives not through ignorance, but through conscious complicity. Zizek's theory also revolves around the concept of the real, borrowed and expanded from Lacan. The real, in Zizek's philosophy, is not reality as we ordinarily perceive it, but rather the traumatic core of existence that escapes our symbolic grasp. It's the aspect of reality we can't fully articulate or understand, yet it exerts a profound influence on us. This concept is often illustrated by Zizek through cinema. Films like The Matrix and They Live serve as analogies for how ideology and the real interact. We sense something beneath our constructed realities, something unsettling, disruptive, and impossible to fully integrate into our understanding. Moreover, Zizek argues that fantasy plays a crucial role in sustaining ideology. Fantasy is not merely escapism, but the framework through which we organize our desires and make sense of our social reality. Fantasy tells us not only what to desire, but also how to desire, creating narratives that give our lives meaning. It shields us from confronting the traumatic real, offering comforting illusions that maintain social order. Politically, Zizek describes himself as a radical leftist and is critical of both capitalism and traditional forms of communism. He argues for a renewed approach to socialism that recognizes and directly confronts the complexities and contradictions of modern capitalism. Zizek warns against simple, utopian visions of societal change, insisting that any genuine transformation must engage deeply with the darker, more challenging aspects of human nature and social structures. This brings us to Zizek's distinctive approach to cultural criticism. He often employs examples from films, literature, and popular culture to illuminate complex philosophical ideas. His analysis of cinema, for instance, reveals deep ideological structures within seemingly innocent narratives. By doing so, Zizek demonstrates how deeply ideology penetrates everyday culture, shaping our desires, fears, and even our dreams. Zizek's style is intentionally provocative and paradoxical. His famous statement, "The problem is not that our desires are satisfied, but that our desires themselves are artificially manufactured," challenges us to reconsider the very nature of happiness and fulfillment in our consumer-driven society. He argues that capitalism doesn't merely satisfy existing desires. It actively shapes and generates new desires, trapping us in endless cycles of consumption and dissatisfaction. One of the most critical implications of Zizek's philosophy is his call for embracing uncertainty and discomfort in confronting ideological structures. Zizek encourages us not simply to seek comfortable solutions, but to question and challenge the fundamental assumptions underlying our beliefs and systems. This relentless questioning can be deeply unsettling, but Zizek argues it's essential for authentic personal and societal transformation. In conclusion, Slavoj Žižek's philosophy challenges us profoundly. It invites us to see ideology not as a passive deception, but as an active component of our reality, intricately linked with desire, fantasy, and the elusive real. Zizek's provocative insights force us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and our societies, offering not simple answers, but tools for critical engagement with the world around us. Thank you for joining me today on this exploration of Slavoj Žižek's thought. May his insights continue to inspire deep reflection and